Hi. It should come to no surprise to you that I'm a huge fan of Airsoft. Right now, I would say that Airsoft is just like video gaming, my most favorite hobby. This video is gonna be me talking about how I started this amazing sport. A type of video essay, if you will. But first, we have to take a detour. Video games. Shooters to be specific. A lot of you first got in contact with the scary guns in video games, and so did I. Shooters are one of the biggest genres in gaming, and that with good reason. They are spectacular, easy to understand, and they feature a variety of old, new and futuristic guns. If you are someone like me who puts hundreds of hours into shooters, I'm certain you have a few favorite guns yourself. Even though you, the one behind the screen, are statistically not a psychopath, and of course you don't think killing somebody is a good thing to do. But how come that we still adore guns in games? I think this topic takes way too long and will be a whole separate video, so I will cut the side tangent short. Anyway, my point is that I don't associate these games with violence, but with fun, and that kind of fun I want to experience in real life. Alright. I started Airsoft when I just turned 18, which is the legal age in Austria. It wasn't like I've been looking forward to the day I can buy a gun for my own. I in fact didn't even know this sport was a thing, or at least that it was a thing in Austria. It was 2015 and Norwich wasn't anywhere as big as it is today, so on YouTube I hadn't seen a single Airsoft video like many of you did and then started this hobby. I actually got in the old-fashioned way. I've played paintball before and it was the closest thing to playing a shooter in real life. I definitely thought about starting the hobby, but I didn't have friends who already played paintball or seemed interested in starting. When I turned 18, back then new friend of mine from Tyrol talked to me about this awesome game which is like paintball but you shoot little plastic balls. I already knew the cheap spring pistols you could buy at a local flea market, but having semi and full automatic plastic spewing toys was a really cool concept to me. I didn't need to explain why pulling back the slide before every shot is a boring affair. The thing was that I knew that there was no such thing as an airsoft field anywhere where I lived, so I didn't continue looking into the sport. Until one day, Clemmy and a few friends told me that they bought themselves some airsoft guns and they went into the woods to play some fun short games. I was hyped. I did something I wouldn't recommend anyone who just starts playing. And that was that I went online and bought the cheapest quote-unquote full metal M4 that I could find, which is the one you are seeing right now. Full metal guns were the only quote-unquote quality feature I knew, so that was what I was looking for in a gun. Even now, I don't like the feel of a plastic body. Anyway, I can remember the day it got delivered. I was excited, like a little boy Christmas. We went to a very small area with a few trees pretty much right next to somebody's house. We had a bit of fun playing for half an hour until inevitably the trashy battery that came with the M4 ran out of juice. It was really disappointing. But then I bought a good battery. We went to Trainberry and this private piece of woods, which I later named Trainberry Forest. Alex also bought his first rifle, so we were like 6 people that played that day. It was the typical play with your buddies in the backyard type of game, and we genuinely had a boatload of fun. That's when I was head over heels in love with the sport. If I had had a cheap and easy way to play, I would have gone every day I could. Then I went to Tyrol for a weekend. Played at the now famous Airsoft Park Tyrol and the airsoft field called The Game, which way too few people even know exists. I discovered that YouTube sniper who started popping up in the recommended list. I bought my L96 sniper rifle, still one of my best rifles I've ever had. Then I went to Operation Beer Can 8, where I recorded my first ever airsoft video with 2 GoPros I borrowed from another friend. I've done my fair share of let's play video editing at that point, but I had no experience with action cameras or editing their footage. I bought a cheap action camera and a used camcorder which I mounted on top of my sniper rifle. Gotta say, the mount was really flimsy, and I regularly had to adjust the camera so it would look in the direction I was shooting. If you want to find out more about the guns I use and have used in the past, then there will be a video about that too, someday. If it's out already, then I've linked it in the description. So yeah, I don't know how to end these kinds of videos, so here are some bloopers. Even though, yes, Even though you, yes you, the one behind the screen, as the even though you, yes you, the one behind the screen, as statistically, das ist ein schweres Wort. Even though you, yes you, the one behind the screen, as statistically, fucking hell, man, this is gonna go right to the bloopers. Even though you, yes you, the one behind the screen, as even though you, yes you, the one behind the screen, as statistically, even though you, yes you, the one behind the screen, are statistically not a psychopath, and of course, jetzt hab ich gelallt.